Again, it's good to be here with all of you, and the Northeast Ohio City Council Association has been in existence since 1989. For those who are newer members, or for those who may be tuning into our website and watching this on podcast, we are an organization that has been in existence for almost 20 years. And in 2002, under the amazing leadership of some very brilliant people, they said, why don't we think bigger and change the name from the Greater Cleveland Suburb City Council Association to the Northeast Ohio City Council Association. So they opened up their doors and welcomed in not only people throughout Cuyahoga County, but expanded our membership to the greater community, and we are thankful for that. And I think it's pretty appropriate that tonight we're hearing a presentation on Advanced Northeastern Ohio and the wonderful work that the Fund for Our Economic Future has outlined for us. But I want to do a little bit of NOCCA business first, and then I'm going to introduce our Vice President of our organization, who's going to talk a little bit about the program. You know, the Northeast Ohio City Council Association has really been working hard the past couple years to try to grow our organization and create more of a presence in our community. Often when you hear about regional issues, they will often go to the Cuyahoga County Mayors and Managers Association or the Northeast Ohio Mayors and City Council Association or Mayors and Managers Association for their input into regional issues. Well, often, as you know, as locally elected officials, the legislative body is also a partner in that process, and we're excited to be a partner and to be involved in this conversation. So we're really excited to have Advanced Northeast Ohio here tonight. Our organization has gone through some change in the past year. This is our old logo, and we're in the process of presenting our new logo. But for those of you who get our communication, you'll have seen our new logo, and we're going to do some creative things to really elevate the organization in a unique way. One of the things that we've been trying to do is figure out how can we drive policy throughout our region and make our region better. There is one initiative that we are working on that we're going to roll out at the first of the year, and just want you to be aware of it. For those of you who are not involved with this initiative, come and talk with me maybe after the meeting, or any of the officers. We'd like for you to get involved. But at our 09 first meeting, we will have a special forum on, are you going to speak about that one, Chuck? On February 5th, we are going to have a special forum that's going to focus on air quality and how it's interrelated to highway funding, road funding, bridge funding. For those of you who aren't aware, our region is in a non-attainment status, meaning our air quality is of such a marking right now that no new permits are being granted. So if we have people out there like Team Neo or others who are luring companies to come into our region, whether they're coming in from the state of Ohio or they're coming from other parts of our country, or say from Germany or France or Spain, they can't get a permit to start up a new company and a new power or a new plant for their operations because of the air quality. So there's a creative initiative that we're going to be rolling out, partnering with NOCCA to really clean up and work on our air quality. Again, as our attainment status goes, so does those precious federal dollars that flow through NOCCA to fund our highway projects, our road projects, our bridge projects. And because of that status right now, that's in jeopardy, and we need to be in a compliancy mode. We only have a year to do it. So after the first of the year, under the leadership of the Northeast Ohio City Council Association, we will be doing, introducing a model ordinance. I want to congratulate the city of South Euclid is actually the first city in our region that actually has a standing ordinance that deals with idling reduction. Meaning when your cars and vehicles and trucks, not only your municipal fleets, but private fleets that traverse through our cities, that they can only idle their vehicles for a certain period of time. And really, a lot of air pollution is divided up. Say if I had a pie, a third of it is from vehicles, cars, and diesel trucks. Another third is from point source, power plants, say companies like Ford, GM, those types of big factories that produce, and another third are from ports, airports, and our harbors, trains, and that. So what we want to do is enact a model ordinance that is consistent throughout the region, because vehicles who are traveling, say if you have a trucker from Wisconsin and they're in the city of Parma and they now are in Parma Heights or Seven Hills, we need to make sure that all of our legislation is consistent, that the enforcement policy is all the same. And so we have been working really hard. We have a really strong task force made up of people who are in the health profession as well as the transportation profession. So when this gets ready to roll out after the first of the year, we will have a whole series of people who will be willing to come to your councils to speak and testify at your committee meetings around the importance of this issue and having consistency, excuse me, in this initiative. So for those of you who are not already a part of it, see any one of our board members and trustees, and really at this time, if maybe we could just see a sign of hands of the executive committee and at-large board members and nominating committee. So anyone with the hand up, which is about a third of the room, come and see them or come speak with myself. I'd like to get you on an email chain so you can be aware of this. And at the first of the year, the hope is what we'll do is maybe have a press conference at NOCCA with all of the cities who will have similar ordinances that they're going to introduce, and then you can be the champion in your local city. But I think this sends a strong message to our region that, look, you have councils who are thinking creatively, who are doing things that are consistent. And that's all we want. You know, when we cross municipal borders, we want consistency when we flow through those borders. There's also another initiative that is happening, and I'd ask Jane Goodman, Councilwoman from South Euclid, raise your hand higher than that, Jane. Jane was the champion on the idling ordinance in the city of South Euclid, but there's another very important issue. For those of you who don't know about the Cuyahoga River Remedial Action Plan, the RAP program, talk to Jane. There's some very important issues as it relates to our watershed and our drinking water, and we need to get support resolutions. So for those of you, like we're in the city of Parma, you have an amazing, it's a big creek, right? And the Friends, I'm sorry? And the West Creek. You have an amazing Friends group here. There's also other waters that flow into ultimately, which is the Great Lakes that connect here. And so Jane has a sample resolution she'd like for you to consider adopting and passing in your city. We have some time constraints because we'd like to do this hopefully by the end of this year or maybe at the very first council meeting in January. So please come and see Jane during the meeting. And with that, that's about all of my housekeeping I have.